Hello guys, Prathvik this side. So today we'll be solving our LeetCode problem, question number 9, palindrome number. So let's first understand this problem. We are given an integer x, return true if x is a palindrome and f false otherwise. So a palindrome is an integer when it reads the same backward and forward. So let's understand this more with an example here. Our x is 121 and it is true because 121 reads same as from left or right. So our second example here is minus 121, which is false because if we read it from left side, our we will say it as minus 121. But if we write it from right side, we will say it 121 minus. So it is not the same as left and right. So it is false here. And same goes for our x is equal to 10 because it's not same for left and right side when we read it. And our constraint here is this, which is minus 2 to the power 31 and 2 to the power 31 minus 1. So our approach for this question can be, we can write our while loop here that can extract our digit by digit, integer digit by digit from the end and add it to our next temporary variable, which will store our reversed value. And then we can check for our reversed value if it is equal to our x or not and consider it as a palindrome or not. So if we look carefully here, since in this example too, we can see that minus 121 and 121, there's only one difference, that it is negative, and for that this is false. So we can safely assume that any integer that is negative can never be equal to palindrome, can never be a palindrome. So we will just simply write here, if x is smaller than 0, it will never be palindrome, so we'll return false here. And after this, we will start our approach here. So this will be our temporary variable which will store our reverse number, and this after this we will just create our temporary variable which will store our x integer, so that when we change it, it doesn't affect it, and this will be iterating through until our x becomes 0. So after that, I will write my another variable which will extract our last digit from our x. So to get our last digit, I will simply just modulo the x by 10, which will give us our last digit. And after this, I will just check if our sum is if our sum is greater than our int max divided by 10, or if our sum is less than int min divided by 10. And if it is, we will return false here. Now, why I'm checking this is because if we look at our constraints here, it says that it is this, right? So the constraints are pretty big, and our digit might overflow or underflow. So we are going to check it before we start adding to our sum here, that if our digit might underflow or overflow, and if it underflows or overflows, we will just return false here and stop checking. After this, we'll just start adding here in sum multiply by 10 here plus our digit. Now I'm writing this here is because the our reverse number will increase digit by digit instead of just adding here. And after this, I will just simply divide our x by 10 to remove our last digit and continue moving forward. And from this, we will just return our temp is equal to sum. So we are going to check if our temp, which is equal to x before we start changing our x, is equal to sum or not. So let's just submit our code and see if it is passing any test cases or not. As you can see, it is passing the test cases given. So let's add one of our own test case here to check. Since our constraints are big, let's give it a bigger number for this and check if it is passing for all the test cases here. As you guys can see, it is passing our given test case also. So we are going to submit our code and see if it is working for all the test cases here. And our time complexity for this is O log n, because we are checking for log n numbers, and our space complexity is O1 because we haven't used any data type here. So that's it for my guys. Thank you guys for watching.